About that love, man. So, it's good that you called it in right now. That's a fact, man. And that's beautiful. Academic probation, that was me my first year. I was partying too much, man. There was too many clubs, man.
All right, here we go. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. So for all those crazy people out there who never heard of your boy, who ain't tapped in, they don't know what's going on. Rochelle, New York is in the building. Give us your name and tell us what you do in a couple of seconds.
Peace. I'm Devaron Benjamin from Rochelle, New York. I'm the owner of MBD Logistics. I'm an HBCU advocate, and I have YYorkas Management and Consultants.
All right, so take us back to where it all started for you in New York with your moms, your pops, all of that. How did you become in love with being an HBCU advocate?
Well, my mother is the one who I had, and my grandmother was the one who raised me. So mom birthed me and my siblings. And unfortunately, due to some of her addictions, she struggled, but nevertheless, she was there the best she could. I never knew my pops, to be honest with you. And I was fortunate enough to meet a family when I was a teenager, and they adopted me and took me in. And they were the first ones that started telling me that they thought I should consider going to college. And that's how I ended up going to an HBCU, St. Augustine's University in Raleigh, North Carolina.
All right. Wow. I love that. I love that. What a remarkable story. So, and you not knowing your moms and, your pops wasn't there, was it a situation where, I don't know, maybe you felt some type of resentment towards them, or was it because of her addiction? Maybe it was just like, you know what? I got to give my moms a pass. That could happen to anybody. Let me just go to college and kind of better other people, so maybe they don't go through the same things of what my past was, kind of like.
Definitely. Well, my mother was always right there. It was sort of like having two mothers, though. You know what I mean? She had me young, and, unfortunately when she was, on drugs, it was a different person. You know what I mean? But my grandmother, she was the one that held all of us down, and she was the glue. And, did I resent her when I was younger? In all honesty, looking back, I know I did. At the time, I didn't call it resentment. It was sort of just like acting out. But, you want your mother to be there like anybody else. You showing up at school and stuff like that. You want your mother to come and support. And grandma was the one who did it. So I was blessed. But yeah, I can definitely say there was a little bit of resentment. And as far as whoever my pops is, and I hate to say it like that, he missed out. He missed out. Yeah.
I like that. I like that. So, in reference to the whole pops thing, a lot of, I think, in our community, the Black people, whatever, whoever you are, a lot of fathers just don't know how to be fathers. My own, I've been on this earth for a minute or whatever. My father's never bought me a gift, right? Mm-hmm. Have you ever considered, I don't know, maybe looking for your father to see who he is, or maybe his family, anything like that? Have you ever considered looking for your father?
Wow, Kenny D, you going right in, and I love it, man. So, I think when I was like 12, I think they said he came to talk to me, but I got on my bike and took a ride, and I didn't come back the whole day. So that was the only time that by what I heard, he came to see me. So it's not like I have anything to verify. But then when I was a little bit older, I was coming into my aunt's house in New Rochelle, and he was sitting on the porch with some of the old timers. They was out there doing what they do. He didn't even come inside and knock on the door. So maybe between both of our experiences, something kept us from having that moment that most fathers, and most sons would have liked to have had. Have I ever thought about looking for him? I got family members right now. My sister just asked me about him a few weeks ago, and she was like, I don't want to disturb, but, and I was like, what's up? And she was like, what's his name? And, and would you like to talk to him or, meet him and stuff? I'm not against it, but, at this stage in my life, I mean, I wish that for the time that I have been here, I wish I would have had him in another capacity. But I think I'm indifferent overall. I don't think I connect the way I should. And maybe that's a part of that resentment, from that childhood. Like, where was he at? You know what I mean? When I was being bullied before I got to 6'5", like, where was he at when they was doing all that crazy stuff, and I had to defend for myself, and my homies had to defend me, and, different time period, Yeah.
I like that. So if your father was right here, right now on the Pimp Game podcast, maybe we had a three-way thing going, and you was looking at him, he was right here with us, what would you say to your father?
That's a great question. And the funny thing is, I've never even technically thought about being in the same space as him in my adult life. Probably, if anything, I probably could just ask him what happened. What happened? What happened? I'm blessed in the sense where his union with my mother, they got me here. So I know, what I mean? Love is love. But, there was a lot of pitfalls and stuff that maybe I would have avoided. Or maybe if I had him in my life, depending on how he is, maybe I'll be doing some criminal, super criminal stuff and, be wilding out. So I'm sort of indifferent, man. Kenny D, you're going to have me thinking about this later on. I'm going to be, what would I do? That's some good questions, man.
I like that. I like that. All right. Yo, if you're just joining us, we are live on the Pimp Game Podcast, and we are here with the one and only Devaron Big Money Benjamin right here on the Pimp Game Podcast, talking to him about him being an advocate, music, all of that on the Pimp Game Podcast. Yeah. So you mentioned crime and stuff like that. This is way back in the past, but we're going to take a roll back into St. Aug's history. There was a dude on the track team. He went by the name of Outlaw. He was a star on the track team for St. Aug. He went to jail for life. I don't know if you're aware of that or what have you. I know that it was an incident. I don't know if it was after a club or whatever, but he was a track star at St. Aug. And I ran the guy off the road or whatever and went to jail for life. Is there anything in place that you have in place in terms of advocacy that maybe you could talk to the youth about that, coming from an alumni yourself, with, not having to get in that type of situation that Outlaw was in? Very talented dude, but nonetheless threw his life away due to, kind of like emotional, impulsive actions.
Well, yeah, unfortunately, I've never, heard of that situation or that young brother. And I hope that, wherever he is, as far as doing his time, I hope he's, strengthening every day and trying to increase his value every day. I'm a part of an organization called Students and Alumni United, and we are actively at the HBCU. So we're there with the students, and we've been there for a few years now. And it's a lot of alumni. And we come in there and we show them love. We make sure if they need anything as far as advocacy, if they need anything, from the alumni, if they need mentorship, we're all right there. Most of the young people that are at St. Aug is a second chance university. You know what I mean? So a lot of people like myself who might not have had the grades, when I was coming out of school, St. Aug definitely gave a lot of us a great opportunity. So when I look at my life the way it is now, I'm grateful for St. Aug, and for any of the students that are there. They're familiar with me. They're familiar with our organization, so they get to see us hands on. We right there. We bring food over to the campus. We give them gift cards, and then internships and stuff like that. Anything that we can do to help them, we help them. So I guess the same thing I tell them all the time: increase your value every day. Increase your value. Be a good steward. And treat people with respect and love. Yeah.
I like that. So what's up, Devaron? Are y'all bringing seafood, chicken, chicken, all that stuff? Or y'all treating the students like the airlines? Y'all bringing them peanuts and a cup of Coca-Cola? What's up? What kind of food are y'all bringing?
Oh my goodness, Kenny! You both. So here's the deal. If you get a chance, you could go to the website, which is sau1315.com. And a few of the photos are up there from the cookout that we do annually. We feed over 1,000 people every Friday, the first day of homecoming. And it's all the students. Alumni are able to donate and come in. And is it chicken? Let me tell you something, man. It's chicken, it's burgers, it's hot dogs, it's vegetables. We have a veggie grill. We have about 5 grills going at one time. And anything that students want, they can come eat as much as they want. They can take as much as they want home. And we actually have caterers there chefing it up. So we jump in and help out, but there's actual caterers out there cooking. And we take care of the students, you know. And we're expanding. Like, you know, right now, you know, St. Augustine is in a fight, you know, which is a whole nother discussion, you know, as far as accreditation. But we're expanding now to other universities that are looking at our platform and they're going, wow, this is pretty dope. And it's a way for alumni to engage with the students and create better student retention for those students that are at the HBCU. And my goal eventually is to reach the HBCUs inside the PWI. People don't talk about that. All of the different individuals that go to the bigger schools or the PWIs, they stick together. So basically they have their own HBCU inside of the PWIs. They need support also. We should all be connected and working together.
So what's up? Are you going to have universities like, I don't know, Shaw, Central, Johnson C. Smith? What's up? Are you going to have those universities included in what you guys are doing over at St. Aug?
Here's what's so crazy about you saying that. St. Shaw is already alumni from St. Aug and alumni from Shaw U that work together. And some of their alumni are taking the Students and Alumni United model, and they're about to bring it over to Shaw U. And I'm excited about that because I just feel like this is the beginning. My daughter's over at Central. My son, he was at St. Aug, but due to the circumstances that are going on now, he decided to leave our spring semester. But I have a son at St. Aug, one daughter at Central, and my 2 that are graduating high school, they're on their way. Well, as of now, they're going to be A&T Aggies. So HBCU love all around. So to answer your question, hopefully every single one of them in time. In time. Okay. Yeah.
I like that. I like that. So in terms of the homecoming, because I've heard, you know, from my manager, Ava, she, you know, talking about the homecoming. I need to hear from the horse's mouth himself, Mr. Devaron. What's up with the homecomings at St. Aug? Are they lit? Are they all of that? Is it all that is cracked up to be? How about the homecomings at St. Aug University?
Wild, man. Not only is it lit, it's lit with love. You know what I mean? Anybody that comes on that campus, you know, you become an honorary Falcon. You experience what it is that made us bond the way we do. And there's so many beautiful people from all around the world that come to the campus. This last year, Students and Alumni United, we actually brought a queen in from Africa. Her Royal Majesty Queen Angelique Monet came in from Africa and was chilling literally with the students, like eating with the, and they were like, this is a queen? Yeah, an actual queen. You could pull it up, you know, online, but we are a gumbo of people from all around the nation and the world. And when you come to St. Aug, you know, especially for homecoming, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it, you know. I think it's incredible. And if you get time, you know what I mean, you should come on down. You know, we're fighting for our accreditation. First time in 157 years, our school is in for a major fight to stay. But we're going to win that fight, and we're going to get those bandits off of there. We got some bandits over there that sort of did some things they weren't supposed to, allegedly.
Okay.
Ain't no allegedly. They did it, you know? They did it. Yeah, ain't no allegedly. You know what I mean? And I'm going to let the letter boys and all them other people figure it out. But we're fighting to survive. You know what I mean? So I'm grateful that you're giving me even the opportunity on this wonderful podcast to spread the word. So people that are out there, if they, you know, they go to savesau.com, you can see the petition. You can also see the resolution. And we need anybody that's a part of this beautiful audience to come on there and help us to make sure that St. Aug is there for another 157 years and more for other students like myself that didn't have the grades, you know, was an incredible young man, but just didn't know how to learn. I didn't know how to study. You know, St. Aug taught me how to be a student, and and definitely, you know, I'm hoping it's translating right now on this podcast, you know.
Right, I like that. So let me say this. Let me confess a little bit. I went to St. Aug for 2 semesters, a year in total. My first semester, I didn't know what I was doing, academic probation. The second year, I stepped my game up. It really is a second chance university.
Come on.
I stepped my game up, doing well the second semester. One of the things I always regretted was leaving St. Aug. I had no business leaving and transferring. So I do want to shout out St. Aug for being a dope university
All
and
right.
really, you know, putting an imprint on personalized learning. Like you're not just another number at St. Aug. They're actually coming to you, each individual, and helping you learn, giving you the attention that you need. That's one of the things I really wanted to say about St. Augustine.
Man, love is love, man. I didn't, you know what, man, that's a blessing, man. And so I mean, you already know a little bit about that love, man. So you know, it's good that you called it in right now. You know, that's a fact, man, and that's beautiful. Academic probation, that was me my first year. I was partying too much, man. It was too many clubs, man, and
Yo, this your boy Kenny D. Hey, I didn't mean to interrupt your show, but I just want to take a quick minute, just to let you guys know, if you want to see more dope interviews like this one, make sure you go on YouTube and check out Pimp Game Podcast. All right? And don't forget about our website, pimpgamepodcast.com, to see all your latest Pimp Game episodes. All right? We got you. Man, I'm done talking. Back to the show.
and too many colleges, and I was at A&T, and then I'm downtown, then I'm at NC State, then I'm at Central. I spent more time on other HBCU campuses, I think, you know, in theory, than I did in St. Aug. And like you said, came off the academic probation, you know, Dean's List, honor roll, and, you know, blessed. And you blessed too, man. So a Falcon to a Falcon, because once you come there, so, you know, you're an alumni. You spent that time there. Yeah.
It's all love. So
Yeah.
what's up? I'm talking to Mr. Devaron himself. Can I come to St. Aug? Can somebody else come up there and call your name and say, yo, Devaron's my cousin, and we get it for free? Can we do that up in St. Aug?
Technically, yeah. You know,
Okay.
yeah, I can't say you'll go for free, but if they give me a call, I'm like, that's family. Yeah.
Okay.
And here's the thing, we want that. You know what I mean? Right now, again, you know, it's good talking to you, Kenny D, and knowing your story. But right now, we're fighting to keep that institution. So we want people to fight with us. So if you do give us that call, you come on the campus, you're like, yo, I know Kenny D, I know Dev. They're like, yo, love is love. We got you. We're gonna wrap our arms around you, bring you over there, make sure you're taken care of. Love is love. Absolutely.
All right, I like that. Yo, if you're just tuning in, we are here with the one and only Devaron. That's right, St. Augustine's College finest HBCU advocate on the Pimp Game Podcast. Doing it big, all right? So let's transition a little bit. I know that you did a little bit of music, producing and stuff like that. How did you come into music as a producer?
Yeah, I started actually. I came into music as a producer because I couldn't afford a violin no more. My grandmother was renting a violin, and I was trying to learn that. I was trying to learn the drums, and you know, back then, you know, in the '80s, you know, I'm a little older. You know, we couldn't afford it, but hip hop was emerging, so I could do the beatbox. You know what I'm saying? I could bang on the tables, but eventually, you know, I got a Casio SK1. And the rest was history. So very early on, I was doing a lot of people's demos right there in Rochelle, Westchester, 914. And so a lot of the artists that came out of Westchester from that time period, either I worked with them or I had did some type of production or something. This is a long time ago, but then it translated from the 80s into the 90s, into the 2000s. And finally, when I came to North Carolina, they honored me for the 50th anniversary of hip hop because of my contributions to hip hop here. And should have got something in Rochelle, but I think I was a little bit too removed. You know what I mean? But they recognized me. But it would have been nice to get an award up there also. You know, but love is love. You know, yeah.
All right. So Friday for hip hop in North Carolina for your contributions. How did that moment feel for you, not knowing you were going to actually receive that award?
Oh, that was one of the best things ever because, I never made it as like, the producers that, got millions of dollars and a lot of plaques and stuff like that. But a lot of the producers that you see out there are either part of my journey, I'm a part of their journey. And I was just always one sort of in the underground. But, that's what YYorkas management and consulting is for. I did that to literally help producers. I know you can't see on the other side of me, but on the other side of me is like a studio setup. I'm not going to turn everything around, but a lot of this stuff that I'm looking at right now, some of these young men and young women, they were children when that ASR was created. You know what I mean? Now they're the ones making the music now. My son is getting into it. My nephew, Ism Beats. I mean, you can Google him. He's doing incredible things. Travis Cherry is another one who did a lot in the R&B and hip hop market in Atlanta, but a lot of us traveled together. I'm just blessed, man. I don't know, I mean, I'm the old man in the room to some degrees now. Sorry about that. I'm slide that thing. I'm the old man in the room, but at least I have something to give back and I can, walk them through this journey in that industry. Well, the older industry, I don't know what the industry is now. I can't figure it out, Yeah.
Okay, all right, I like that. So who would Devaron as a producer, who would you work with now that maybe that's an artist that you like, maybe your top 3 artists that you would love to work with right now as yourself, right now, Devaron the producer, who you want to work with?
If I still had the producer cap on and was still working the way I used to, from an R&B perspective, I would love to work with somebody like October London. I can hear something in what he's doing that I could probably offer, one of my gifts. I would love to work with J. Cole. I mean, who wouldn't? If I was still doing my thing, because he's sort of the middle ground between the new and the old, and I can relate, you know what I'm saying? But I also see how impactful he is, Have you ever heard of the artist Yeba? I know you're asking me questions, but I'm asking you.
Okay.
Yeah, I think she's dope also. I mean, there's a lot of artists that if I still was doing my production the way it used to be, there's a lot of artists I would be submitting music to right now, a whole bunch of them. Yeah.
Okay, I like that. So I just asked you, who would you like to work with? Give me Devaron's top 5 producers of all time in your mind. Who's your top 5 producers?
Why are you starting trouble, Kenny D? Kenny D, starting trouble over here, Kenny D. Kenny D's not getting me caught up in that one. I'm not. Kenny D starting trouble. I'll say it like this. I can't necessarily say I have a top 5. I have a record collection. I have thousands of records. And what ends up happening, and I'm not copping out, I just really want to just preface just to say this. Okay. I'm discovering producers now that probably existed then, and there's producers now that for this time period, I'm like, oh, these people are pretty dope. But if I had to give just innately 5 producers that really struck out with me, of course, it's Quincy Jones, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. And I know y'all probably like, what's going on here? As far as hip hop, by far, Pete Rock, Marley Marl, and Primo are probably the biggest influences in theory on me as far as when I was coming up and sort of paying attention and watching. But there are so many consistently dope people that make music that, it can sort of change. It sort of, just depends on what era and what time. And I don't really have a top 5. I really, because it keeps changing. It keeps changing. There's a lot of producers that 5 years ago, I probably would have said something a little bit different, but these are the individuals that just came to mind right now in this moment that have had a major impact. And then I could go on to like a whole nother stratosphere of production and the little nuances and stuff, but I hope that answers the question, because I don't mess with that type of stuff. People be like, your top 5s, but those individuals are definitely my top 5 of things. So I'm gonna leave it at that, you know?
Okay, I like that. So today's quick topic of the show is Porsha Williams and her ex-husband Simon. She recently filed for divorce. I know we were talking about the kids a little bit earlier. What's your thoughts on Porsha putting in for divorce on a guy who's really taking care of everything? He really has it going on. The divorce rate in the U.S. is just crazy, with a lot of women divorcing us. What's up with that? What's your thoughts on that in terms of them getting divorced?
Well, I don't know all of the nuances per se of what she's going through and what they're going through. But what I will say is if a woman is willing to walk away from everything, apparently something either is very wrong or something is very missing. Because sometimes it doesn't necessarily have to be like, you know, a woman is being treated completely bad or a man is even being completely treated bad. Just something is missing. There's something that in the way they're viewing the long game of their life or their journey with somebody, it's just not there. So I'm going to lean on that type of answer, just based on what I do remember of what I was seeing with them. I haven't been following it as heavy as I could, but she seems to be a great person. I don't know much about the gentleman per se, but if a woman is like, "Yo, I'm out," something is definitely missing. And I'll say this on top of that. A lot of the times with men in particular, we see, but most of the time we don't look down the road sometimes as far as a woman does. You know what I mean? A woman can see the whole thing all the way down. And I guess if there's something that they're missing or she's missing, she's like, nah, it's time to get up out of here, you know?
Okay, all right. Well said, well said. So for that young girl out there who wants to be the next Devaron, Big Money Benjamin, for that young dude out there who wants to be the next Devaron, what's up? What would you say to them if they wanted to be their own HBCU advocate or just an advocate period for the youth? What would you say to them if they wanted to start their own advocacy?
Yeah, as far as advocacy, HBCU or anything that you love what it is that you're advocating for. See the connection in whatever it is that you're fighting for. Always increase your value. You'll probably, any day, if I talk to anybody, it's always about how do we increase our value and how do we increase the value of others. But it starts with being an individual. And I know this might seem a little cliche, but you have to be an individual. You have to be an individual, and with that, with those elements, fight for whatever it is that you see and give your best, and be okay when you fail sometimes, be okay with it, because if you're giving your best at it, you know what? I didn't completely fail. I failed at this, but you know what? I'm gonna keep moving on until I get it right. So it didn't stop me per se. This didn't work out, but what can I learn from it? And then just go as hard as you can for your passions. I didn't become an HBCU advocate because it was something that like I set out to do. It was just I got good at understanding what was happening in these worlds and how to solve problems. And that's where it started. And I love HBCUs. You know what I mean? I love my people. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things. I love people. You know what I mean? So HBCU was an incubator, and it's an easy place to fight for when you love it the way, I do. It's easy to fight for any HBCU, not just St. Aug. I'm an advocate for all HBCUs. I want all HBCUs to do well. Yeah.
Okay, well said, well said, well said indeed. So I know you alluded to the website earlier. If someone wants to, I don't know, make some music with you, if they want to come on board with your advocacy program at St. Augustine, how do they get in touch with Devaron?
Yeah, as far as getting in touch with me, as far as the website for the advocacy is SAU1315.com. You can hit the contact link. If you would like to donate money to the HBCU and you want to help us to help others, you can go to the Oakwood Falcon Foundation, Oakwood Falcon Foundation.com, and then you'll see us up there. as far as the music thing, as far as Yorkas management and consultant, the main way that I've been moving with that is strictly through vetting. So it's just relationships. I haven't opened up the conduit again like it was before when people can call me and we just jumping right in. And maybe that will change in time. But, I've just been slowly inching my way back into the music, because the music changed and so did the people. And so at one time I was like, I can't do this anymore. It was just too much drug music and too much drug attitudes. And what I mean by that is everybody got away from the love and everybody got away from not everybody, a lot of people got away from the love and other aspects of making music. And that's what I was looking for. Mm-hmm.
Okay, okay. Well said, well said. So, for all those people who've been rocking with you back in the day on academic probation, about to get kicked out when, I don't know, your stepmoms was talking to you, you was with your new family, producing, all of that. Any final thoughts for your fans before we sign off on P.I.M.P Game?
Yeah, just overall, we went through a challenging time with COVID. We went through a challenging time with a lot of things with the politics and the way the world is going. Listen, stay grounded, stay connected with the Most High, regardless of what your religion is or your theology, stay connected with that source, pray. There's nothing wrong with meditating. There's nothing wrong with going in the woods and just walking around, hike, go to the water, listen to the waves, reaccentuate yourself with the natural things, because all of this madness, it's not going to stay forever. Because, at the end of the day, nature was here before us, and nature can teach us a lot. And with that, just enjoy life. Enjoy life. Don't let everything that you see take you off of the journey, the best journey that's designed for you. Because that's something that I see happening with a lot of us. We forget that, we're not designed to stress technically, but we stress ourselves completely out and we forget our journey. What's best for my journey? What do I want to do today? Do I want to go outside and throw rocks, in the water? Do I want to go for a bike ride? Do I want to drive a remote control car? And I literally do these things. Like, I'll go to the water and I'll still skip rocks. You know what I mean? Some people are like, what is he doing? You know what? For me, it makes sense. When I drive my remote control cars, there's peace in that. I like to drive and drone and stuff. It makes me happy. So I'm just saying, whatever it is that makes you happy, do it, be unapologetic about it, and make sure you come and hang back out with Kenny D on this podcast.
All right. So, before we let you go, tell everybody who you chilling with.
It's Devaron, and I'm chilling with Kenny D on the P.I.M.P Game Podcast.
All right, and that concludes our show for this evening. But before I let you go, I'd like to thank all my viewers out there, as well as my YouTube lovers. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. That's right. You're going to also turn those notifications on, so when we upload videos, you are the first to get it. And last but not least, I'd like to thank the one and only Devaron, Big Money Benjamin, for blessing us with his presence on the show. All right, see you next time on P.I.M.P Game. You don't want to miss it. Holla.